Hey, what's up, babes? It's me, Keisha, coming to you with some more information about your boy, the diddler, Puff Daddy, love, brother love, womanizer, stomp you in the hallway, whatever you want to call him. So, just when he thought he had enough people on his back, Tony Buzbee said, hold my drink, okay? Tony Buzbee is an attorney in the Houston area who I really don't like Tony Buzbee. For other reasons, I don't like him. But he is representing 120 alleged victims who state that they were harmed in some way, shape, form, or fashion, whether it be sexually, physically, by Mr. Sean Puffy P. Combs, okay? So, tell me what you think. This is why a lot of people question the victims in this situation. And let me make it crystal clear, I am on the side of the victims. Let me tell you, let's just keep it 100. When Cassie filed that lawsuit and he settled in 24 hours, it was at that point I knew he was let me watch how I say it. It was at that point that I knew that there was definitely some truths to what she said. When he settled in 24 hours. So I work in like litigation and stuff like that. He settled as soon as that lawsuit hit the table. He settled. That's when I knew right there that Diddy did it, allegedly. Okay. So, and I saw the video. How y'all, I be reading the comments on social media, and y'all still are like, they just trying to take the black man down. Did y'all not see the video, what he did to Cassie? Did y'all not watch that? He stomped that girl. Okay? Your character can't be good if you out here stomping women, especially if they like 3 times smaller than you. But that's neither here nor there. Let's get back on topic. But when you get, Tony Buzbee said almost 4,000 people hit him up stating that they were harmed in some type of way by Puff Daddy. 4,000 people. See, when stuff like that happen, that's why people be like, I be thinking people lying. And I'm not gonna lie. 4,000 people called you about Diddy. I'm thinking most of them were probably lying. Come on. 4,000 people just called you. So just imagine how many thousands of people call other attorneys throughout the United States. I'm like, if Diddy was busting down people like that, he should have been. I mean, that's a little crazy, okay? And obviously, attorney Tony Buzbee agrees with me because he said that after he vetted all of those people, his staff, after they vetted all those people, they dwindled that number down from almost 4,000 to 120. And he says he's representing 60 women and 60 men. Also states that out of the 120 victims that they have decided to represent, that 55% of them did file a police report and or went to the hospital after this incident occurred. What's like really shocking is that how have these police reports been filed on behalf of one person and we don't know of any investigation that has been done over the years? Tony made it crystal clear that these victims have been hurt or harmed in one way or another over a span of 20 years. But 55% either went to the hospital or filed a police report and nobody ever did anything. And you wonder why victims don't speak up. Because when they do, like, what's happening? Were there any arrests made? Did they just say, well, it's such and such, so he couldn't have done that, so you must be lying? Is that what the police are doing? If so, that is a complete injustice. You're gonna feel helpless, like you went to the police, they didn't do anything. Hell, even if you go to the hospital and claim that you were, I have to say this because I'm on YouTube, graped. You know what I mean when I say graped? S-A'd. Great. They still should like notify the police. So like nobody did anything. Everybody dropped the ball. That's crazy. Tony also stated that weird drugs were found in their system. One called Trank. So I did a little research. Is known as the zombie drug. It's a street name for I think it's xylazine. This is an animal tranquilizer that's often added to fentanyl, heroin, or cocaine. So what's going to be really telling is if all of these victims all over the United States, the ones that did seek medical treatment, if this same drug is popping up in several cases all over the United States and they tie that back to the victim saying, I was under the care or in the hands of or in the presence of Puff Daddy. And you got random cases popping up over the United States with the same drugs in their system, especially these one-off drugs. When I say that, I mean drugs that aren't common, like cocaine is common, heroin is common. Now, unfortunately, fentanyl is common, and that's killing people. Y'all don't do that stuff. Don't take fentanyl. Y'all just don't do drugs at all. Really, it's like, hell, don't even drink, because you just want to be healthy and live a long time. But I'm getting off topic. But if you got like these one-offers, these weird drugs like Trank being found in the systems of people who sought medical treatment and alleged that this came from Puff Daddy, I'm going to say, Puffy, don't even worry about spending no money on no attorneys, because ain't nobody going to be able to help you. Ain't nobody going to be able to help you, because how the hell is that happening over the United States? Everybody said that this happened under your care and custody and control, and Trank popping up. That's just, go ahead and just say that money for the attorneys and just like make sure your kid's taken care of, because that's crazy. That don't even make any sense at all. So a lot of people are asking, hey, you got all these people suing. He already settled a whole bunch of money with Cassie. Where do they think this money is coming from? So basically, there is something called general liability. And let's explain that. Tony also spoke about this. When people file lawsuits, civil lawsuits, I just want to let y'all know, they're not just going to that one person. They're not just going to Puffy and saying, Puffy, I know you got this money. You just paid off these houses. You got this bread. You're going to pay me such and such amount of dollars for what you did to me. No, these attorneys are going after everybody that had a little drop of anything to do with it. That's how general liability works. I'll give you an example. If you're in an apartment complex and you were physically assaulted, sexually assaulted, or something like that, right? Let's say they caught the perpetrator. You can press charges against the person who did it. You can also sue them. But in general liability, you can also sue the apartment complex because it happened on their property and they didn't keep you safe. They didn't keep you protected. They didn't provide any security. So not only can you sue the person who did it, you can sue the company where the grounds occurred, where the incident occurred on their grounds. You can sue them. So Tony is not only going to go after Puff Daddy. Where did these alleged incidents occur? Were they in hotels? Guess what? The hotels are probably going to be liable as well. Did a particular individual at the hotel, maybe the property manager of the hotel, did he take a certain amount of funds as hush money? Or did he take some money to allow Puffy to do some things that typically wouldn't be allowed on their property? If so, guess what? That person could get sued too. If he was transporting busloads of women and men to specific destinations for these alleged crimes to occur, what transportation service was being used? They gonna get it too. So that's how general liability works. Any and everybody involved who helped, who transported, who allowed these things to happen on their property, they're all going to be sued as well. It's gonna take these attorneys forever to get these cases settled or completed, whether they stick or they don't. It's a lot of investigation, a lot of research. They're gonna have to subpoena video evidence, medical records, police reports. It's going to be a long time. But you know what's disheartening? And again, we don't know if this is 100% true. Tony said that the victims range from 9 all the way up, and about 25 of the victims out of the 120 that he's representing were minors. Hey, I pray that's not true, because I'm very sensitive when it comes to children. And if you or anybody, I don't care who it is, I don't care how much money they have. I don't care what kind of power they have. If you violate it, it's bad to violate anybody. But if you're violating like little children, you deserve life, because you messed their life up. And a 9-year-old, a 10-year-old, a 12-year-old, a 14-year-old, they're not responsible for what happens to them. I'm sorry. The adults around them failed them. They are not responsible for tragedies that occur to them. The adults are. I want to make that crystal clear. I'll never blame a child for some messed up stuff like that happening to them. where were their parents? And the other adults who may have done it, you knew better. So if this is true that he's messing with children this little. And another thing, what is up with Hollywood now to where they want their sexual partners to be half dead when they are having sexual intercourse with them? So in Hollywood, it appears that we're gonna look at Bill, R. Kelly, Puff Daddy, and it was some football player. I can't think of his name. He was real fine, but he is sitting in prison right now because they are putting these substances in these women's drinks to where they're unconscious while a sexual act is being done on them. What is that fetish? Wouldn't you want somebody to be awake and interactive and kissing you back and touching you back? And it's some sick stuff out here. But again, if this is true, you shouldn't ever get out. Like, you a monster. And we got to stop idolizing these humans, okay? I don't care what color they are. And a couple more, and speaking of color, anybody looking into Clive Davis? Hollywood in general is sick, and I don't think it matters what color you are at this point. You know what I'm saying? Tony also said that there are a lot of high-profile people involved in the Diddy scandal that are on tapes, that were there, that saw it. Let everybody come down. Everybody. I don't care. I don't like no celebrity that much to where you out here doing sick stuff and you don't get to sit behind bars. So it's going to be a while before we get more names, but we just got to keep tuning in. And I'll keep you updated as I get more information. I love you guys. Y'all stay safe. Peace and blessings on to you. Peace.